All I know is this violates every canon of respectable broadcasting.
How are you?
Hey, who wants to help me get this recorder out of here? I need some muscle over here.
You are listening to Blame Your Brother. You are listening to Blame Your Brother. You are listening to...
Wait, I'm on an endless loop of the theme song. What's going on here? Are we live right now?
We are live, brother.
Okay. Hello. This is attempt number 2 at the quarantine sessions of Blame Your Brother. I see all the cool podcasts are doing it, and we're right up there with everybody else. So I am the man talking to you right now. I am D Brew, voice of the people, Mr. 40%. The Twitter hater, and I was joined by my brother this week, who is far away in a quarantine session. It's Lee.
What up, everyone? It's the one and only Saul of podcasting, and of course, LeBron's safety pin.
All right, so we have many things to discuss tonight. Hopefully, I don't know what we have to discuss really. I do have a big confession to make, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Yeah. So anything changed since 2 days ago?
No, not a whole lot. I guess. Do you have any apologies or retractions for what you said? I mean, I know I do.
No.
The one thing I find myself just, I tell myself I'm not going to talk about the coronavirus. I'm not going to talk about all the BS that I see everywhere. And then it always ends up, that's where I am. And that's what I did last week, you know?
But what part of it?
What do you mean?
Like what part are you upset about?
I mean, I'm not upset. It's just I set out to like provide content other than like epidemic talk. And it seems that's like the only thing to talk about, maybe? I don't know.
We'll fix that tonight for sure, because I've got some emails I want to share with our audience that are something else. I will say that. We have been in correspondence with someone, and he says he has no problem with me sharing. He wants me to share the news, so we'll get to that. And I did something I should have never done, but being locked inside your house, you do things that are outside of your character sometimes. So I guess
I'm just going to leave us on the cliffhanger there?
I'll jump right in. Have you ever heard of the show called The Masked Singer?
No, never. We have never heard of the show The Masked Singer. Please tell us more.
So my big claim to fame before all this was that I had never watched an episode of The Masked Singer. And I was sitting on my couch, and I was just couldn't go outside, couldn't leave, and there was The Masked Singer on. I figured,
no, you did not.
But dude, the payoff is amazing. So I'm watching this show, and it is so stupid. I mean, it is one of the stupidest shows anyone could ever come up with. Someone came up with that baked for sure. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm watching it. I couldn't tell you anything about it until the end, the big reveal at the end. Have you read anything about who was on this show?
I've seen the clips of Sarah Palin dancing. That is about all that I have seen.
That's the episode I happened to watch, and it was something else. Now, confession, I've always had a crush on Sarah Palin. From the minute she hit the big spotlight.
Can you, first off, can you explain that? Sarah it's not
Palin?
Weird to have a crush on someone, I guess, but come on, like, can you give us the intimate details of why you would?
She's attractive. I mean,
in what ways though? This is more than a crush. It sounds like it's something like chemical in your body or something. I'm confused.
I was on the McCain train back in the day, so I definitely voted for McCain and Palin, but I just think she's very attractive. I don't know. I love glasses. Just everything. It worked. But the song she did on the show was "Baby Got Back," which was very weird to see Sarah Palin doing "Baby Got Back" as her song on The Masked Singer. It's just weird, bro. I don't
rate her performance. 1 out of 5 laugh tracks.
It was pretty bad. I mean, she got kicked off, so it wasn't great. So I guess maybe a 2.
I mean, a 2 out of 5 is room for improvement, but it doesn't seem that bad.
So,
I mean, are we talking about what was that one guy in American Idol? Was his name like
Oh,
Yang?
William Hung?
William Hung. Was it
No,
that level of bad?
she ain't that bad, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would have known it was her anyway. I don't know who any of these people are, but um, it's just weird. It's a weird show. It's a weird concept. I don't know really what the judges are there for. Like, I'm always kind of like, why are these people here? They don't really do anything. They don't. I don't know, man. I just can't figure the show out. It's very,
Wait,
very
so the
bizarre
judges
show.
don't actually judge them?
No, they're just trying to guess who they are, and like they're wrong most of the time. So I'm like, why are they there? I guess
So
to provide
did
comedy,
you
but
did you guess
the judges are.
Palin?
I don't know who any of the people are. I mean, no, I would never have guessed it because the clues were just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain the clues even, but they got the doctor guy. I can't think, Dr. Kim from The Hangover. So he's one of the judges. Jenny McCarthy. I can't even think who the other two judges are, but Jenny McCarthy's like who you're coming on there for comedy relief. Like, I know she was like good looking back in the day, and then she was an anti-vaxxer, and now she's like a comedy judge on a weird show. It's just what a weird time in America. I think that show sums up America perfectly where we're at right now today. I think it's a perfect encapsulation of America. So
Well, tell us,
that's
like,
what I think.
don't just give us the overview. Break down why it is the perfect analogy.
You have a former vice presidential running mate on a weird pop culture game show dressed in a furry outfit with B-list celebrity judges who don't actually judge. They're just there to guess. And the whole thing is a shit show. It's just a terrible show.
Is it not
I
well
don't
produced? I
understand
would
why
assume it would be at least well produced.
Yeah, I mean, it's well produced as far as Fox game shows go, but I mean, it's just kind of whack. It's weird. So I don't know, man. That's what I'm
So you
doing.
didn't enjoy a single minute of it.
I determined it's not for me. That's what I will say. Like, I know we have people that listen and they love it, but I don't know, man. Just kind of weird. So what have you been doing to pass the time? Obviously not that.
Just trying to stay sane, Already at our house, people are starting to break down, you know.
What does
So
that mean? People are breaking down. What does that
just
mean?
just a lot of, high tensions, people worried, people in trouble, people losing their jobs, people worried about what they're going to do for money, food, that sort of thing.
Wait, this is at your house? Who's losing their job at
just
your house?
just everywhere,
Oh, okay. Yeah, my wife definitely has a little bit of anxiety about the whole situation, and she'll like text me during the day, like, I heard it's everything's shutting down. I'm like, well, until it happens, there's nothing you can really do about it.
But
But
I'm confused. Isn't that what we want?
the complete shutdown,
Yeah.
I would love that because I'm going to get paid either way it goes.
Well, maybe.
I work for the government. I'm good to go.
Good
But
to
they
go.
have rolled out the stimulus package, and I guess they're supposed to vote on it soon. And if it happens, every American, okay, well, there's stipulations, but okay,
Right.
most Americans will get $1,200
A
put into
month.
their bank account, however that works.
A month.
No, one-time fee.
Oh, just one
Uh,
time. I thought it was every month that the corona epidemic was shut down. Everyone.
That was the original plan, and then I guess the Republicans said, "Nah, we ain't playing that stuff." So if you wanted to get through, it's a one-time payment. For every kid you have, you get $500. I'm like, well, I'm starting to like this, but the caveat is if you're a single individual and you make more than somewhere between $75,000 to $99,000 a year, you get nothing, I think. And if
So if you
and
make
you-
over 99, you still get the money?
no. I think over 99, you get none of the money, I believe.
Well, you just
I mean,
said from 75 to 99, you get nothing.
it's
so what
somewhere
is
in
it?
there. I
It's
can't
just, it's
remember
just
what the
75
exact-
plus. That would be crazy if they locked out just 75 to 99.
I'm trying to pull it up. And then if you and your spouse make more than 150, you get nothing. So you're done, bro.
I mean, that seems fair, but I mean, what if I feel like if someone was making, let's say a household with 4 kids were making $150,000 a year, or 151,000 in this particular instance, and they didn't have any savings, how is that going to help them? You know, they're living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay, so here we go. This is from some article. Okay, Washington Post. The legislation would provide checks of $1,200 per adult for many families, as well as $500 for every child in those families. Families filing jointly would receive up to $2,400 for the adults. The size of the checks would diminish for those earning more than $75,000 and phase out completely for those earning more than $99,000.
And that's just but single is what you're saying.
Yeah,
is it based on your taxes?
Yeah, from 2018 taxes. And then the poorest families, those with no federal income tax liability, would see smaller benefits, though the minimum would be set at $600. So,
well, I mean, definitely something needs to be done, I suppose.
So my MacBook Pro died today. I'm about to go get me a new computer, is what I'm hearing, once I get this dough, bro, because I'm going to get $2,400 plus 3 kids. That's 50. I'm getting $3,900.
You're spending your wife's money already?
I told her I need the computer. I'm working from home. I've got. What are you talking about? I got to do that.
Did they not supply you with a work computer?
Hell no.
Just tell them your computer broke.
They don't have any.
No. Tell them your computer broke.
When they'll probably say either come back in or.
Are the buildings even open?
Yeah. There's a few amount of people, but they're not letting any customers in. So.
Oh yeah, if they're gonna ask you to come back in, you need to find a computer somewhere.
I've got it. I got another computer, but it's old. All right, let's
talk
anyway,
about. There are some things that I'm looking forward to. Like a lot of musicians have moved their concerts online, which is kind of exciting. Like that's people have tried this in the past. It hasn't worked. I don't know if you saw Garth Brooks came out and said he was doing a live acoustic set or whatever. But one I'm excited about is friend of the show, Becky Warren, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be putting on a concert. There's a whole list of people. They're doing it through, I can't even remember the name, stageit.com.
Okay.
And it's like every day these local musicians or small touring musicians have a scheduled time with other people, and you go and you buy a ticket. It's pay whatever you want. It's donation based pretty much. So they recommend a $10 ticket. So I've already bought my ticket for $10, and you tune in and you watch them perform live from their living rooms, I guess. I don't know. I haven't tapped into that yet, but it'll be nice to see how that goes.
I might try to do that. I know Georgia English was supposed to be doing something tonight, but I haven't seen anything. She said it was going to be on Instagram. Oh, it's live right now. Well, there we go. Yep. There it is right now. If you can see that on the video. So we're missing that. But anyway, so if you're bored with this stream, go check her out on Instagram.
I mean, it's a good idea though. It's kind of cool to see, people being able to do that to entertain people. Like you said earlier, what are you doing to get by? I think some people I'm not ever going to be bored at home. Like that's not a thing that happens, right? For me personally. But if you are one of those people, I think there's a lot of opportunity out there for right now to explore online entertainment. It's a cutting edge thing that's never been where it is right now. So,
yeah, it's totally it's different for sure. I mean, I mean, you figure artists were going to be doing that for sure, but yeah, I've seen who Willie was doing it tonight, and a couple other famous people were doing it, and I saw Lydia Lovelace, who I really like, was doing it the other day, and Pink Spiders. Yeah, everybody's doing it. I mean,
have you seen the viral Imagine video with all the famous people?
I did, and I got a bit of a problem with that.
All right, let's
video.
hear
it. The whole. I mean, I'm a John Lennon fan, obviously. I mean, if people don't know that, I am. And I think the whole song is about, us all being equal. I mean, it's a socialism song. It's the socialistic most song ever written. Imagine there's no money. Imagine there's no, anything. Basically, we're all equal in the world. And you have this video where these millionaires are singing Like, imagine there's no money. Well, no, you can imagine there's no money. You guys are richer than all of us. Like, that's the whole reason anyone's tuning into this stupid video to begin with. So there's a little bit of irony in it. You know, I always wondered about when like the Hollywood gets on their soapbox and they're like, you know, things aren't right for the working man. It's like, well, yeah, but you have no idea what you're talking about because you're not the working man. I'm sure the idea is great in their mind. They mean well, but come on, dude. I mean,
The working man's on a losing streak right now. You know? They're
is
getting-
Hollywood going to pick him up by his
I mean,
bootstraps?
Hollywood's not. I mean, the only
Okay.
the only people that are ever going to stand up for you in life is yourself, right? Like, we can agree for that, right?
Pretty much.
So
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, the working man has been sold a bill of goods that's worthless up to this point. And what you end up with is either you have people that are passive and do nothing, consume the entertainment that they're provided, or the exact opposite of that, where you have people like put 100 Trump stickers on their truck. And that's how they think that the working man, you know, the middle class, they think the like politicians are in it for the middle class or whatever. So that's kind of messed up. But I will say I did read something about your Bernie bros. Is Bernie
Yeah.
Sanders was asked how his campaign was going, and he replied like, "We're in the middle of an epidemic. I'm trying to help." So that was kind of, I thought, if it's true, I don't know. Do you think he's acting?
I think he's out there talking for sure. I've seen videos of him encouraging the stimulus package before it was introduced. So, but you know, Andrew Yang did it, and everyone laughed at him, and now here we are. Like, basically, one of his concepts is about to happen, and well, Bernie got a big blow to his campaign. I mean, the guy's done, okay, but
He said he's going on, right?
he did. But Tulsi Gabbard said she's done, but she's been done for a while. But she
Right.
endorsed Biden, so Biden's probably he's
How
gotten
can she
everyone's
go and
endorsement.
endorse Biden? She was like talking about Biden like he was a dog.
This dude, you know the deal. He's reached out to these people and said, "Hey, if I win, you're in."
No,
and,
I guess that's true.
the only one that hasn't endorsed him has been Elizabeth Warren at this point. And
So what
I mean,
if it was Bernie and Warren, president and VP?
he doesn't.
Would
have
that
the
change
delegates.
anything?
No, no one's going to vote for that. The
Because I will
establishment's-
say, when they asked Biden if he was going to take on a woman vice president, he said absolutely, right?
yeah, he did say that.
When they asked Bernie Sanders, he was like, I don't know.
I mean, I see both sides of that. I see the side of, you shouldn't pick people based on whether they're male or female, blah, blah, blah. But saying it's like, come on, guys. I mean, it's been the good old boys club forever. You know, like let's get a woman into the office at least. Like, come on. The white men, come on. You've had your time.
Well, I mean, that's
and
what
it's
it's
two old
looking
white
like it's
men.
going to be.
no, it is. No,
So what
any
if,
way it
what if
goes.
what if Biden comes off that and it comes time to pick a VP and he's like, you know, I was just kidding about that, ladies.
I don't.
Because Biden is on record saying some pretty crazy things about women.
Well, at this point, I don't think it's do people like Biden. It's do people hate Trump enough to vote for Biden? They don't care what
insanity.
this dude is going around talking shit to people that he's trying to get to vote for. He's like threatening to take him outside and fight
that's
him.
not
That
even-
is
Have you seen the creepy stuff where they've got images of him like groping
Yes.
small girls and stuff and like whispering in their ear on live TV? It's just weird.
I know about that. I've known about that for like years. That's been out there for a while. So
Whatever.
I don't know. Speaking of creepy and weird, possibly. So we've been in contact with the Shadow Patriot. Now, if people don't know who this dude is, Nashville has its own, if you're watching the video, superhero. And we talked about him on the podcast, and someone that said they were the Shadow Patriot started having conversations with us. Now, I initially going to admit, I didn't think this dude was who he said he was. I'm not at the point where I'm like, I don't know. I think this dude is probably who he says he is. I mean, because this would be much. I don't understand why he would do all this if it isn't him. All right, so here was I'm just gonna go. We've been talking about getting him on the podcast, okay? And here's the latest update. I'll go through the emails really quick. Okay, so he's filming a documentary. So a person's filming a documentary about him. And he's basically like, do you guys want to be involved in that? And I was like, well, yeah, we do. So he's like, well, he wants to have a Q&A session with us as the moderators at like Lipscomb or whatever. He said he has some inside connections to Lipscomb. So if you're trying to figure out his secret identity, there's a breadcrumb right there. Anyways, then he talked about the Moxie Hotel, and then it's went to Lipscomb. So here's the latest email. It says, okay, I hate Gmail. Why do they group their emails like this, dude? I can't literally find any of this.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, I'm just gonna go from here then. Okay, from him. Here's another thought. If we can make the interview happen and people like it, maybe I could do a weekly or semi-weekly or monthly appearance on your podcast. You're gonna love it. Just 10 minutes or so. Then I head out. Well, we've already told him he can't do that because you can't come to the studio.
I mean, he could pre-record something, I guess, and send it in.
Well, we could discuss the weekly news highlights. People tend to be really interested in my take on various situations. Here's where it gets good. I don't know if you've read this or not. Especially now. I have quite a few thoughts on Corona and what could actually be happening. They're not telling us everything, but anyway. So just an idea I thought I could toss your way, kick it around, see what you think. Could work, maybe not, but it could be a regular feature for your audience to look forward to. First, we have to get the interview planned and in the can.
Well, you're not even pointing out the best part of the emails that I read is that he told us that if we could get together a remote rig, he would allow us to come follow him on patrol. Yeah, now, that's the one that I'm like, yes, that absolutely will happen. We're definitely going to live patrol with the Shadow Patriot.
I need to write. I've not written them back, and because I've been busy, like, being at home and working, and then it's just, I don't know. I should have more time, but I feel like I have less time now. But anyway, yeah, I want to get to the other emails where he's talking about. So he says this filmmaker is making a documentary about him. Okay, and now in the latest email, he said that I guess that's not happening, that the filmmaker has moved on to something else. And I'm thinking, dude, we can't have a freaking Q&A session right now, dude. I mean, are you crazy? Like, we can't even have groups of 10 or more now. There may only been 10 people that show up, but he goes, okay. He said, okay, I've been working on this documentary with this director. He's been recording various pieces, parts. And I told him about your podcast and you want to have me on, and we talked about a live remote. So I told him that if we do it, I'd like to film it for the documentary. And he said, cool. I'd like to do this with an audience, a Q&A session. And your audience could send questions in as well. I think we could set it up at Lipscomb. Then blah, blah, blah. Sounds excited. And then latest one. Sure enough, sure enough, Corona stupidity has caused problems with the space. David Lipscomb is partially closing down and spaces in meeting rooms are not available. And the director has another project that he needs to address before we resume on my documentary. But I don't care. If you want to continue with the live remote, that's cool with me. If you'd like an audience, that'd be awesome. We can work it on together and make it happen. I just don't know how many folks should be able to wrangle at this point because of quarantines and quote unquote social distancing. So think about it. See how you want to attack it. If you want to wait until all this blows over, that's fine. I'm not going anywhere. I was out the other night and it was like a ghost town in some areas, but still had some good interaction with a few folks. And then, like I said, if you ever want to go on patrol and do a live remote, yes, I would too, but I would not want to do it with him right now in the coronavirus because I feel like he may have it.
Why would you say that?
He's around. He just said he was downtown around all these people, dude. You think this guy's walking around with Purell in his utility belt or whatever?
What else does he have in his utility belt?
I will have to ask him, but I would love to, when this slows down, go on patrol with him. I just think it's weird that no one posts anything about this on social media. They meet this guy, they see this guy. There's nothing about it. It's like weird. Like everything goes viral, and this guy, I mean, that one news story, because some bored guy made a story about it, and that's the reason we know about it.
If you Google Shadow Patriot, it shows up with pictures of him.
Not a lot.
I mean, I just showed it on the stream.
Huh. I don't know. Well, anyway, I've just been answering for us. I'm assuming you would be down for Q&A
I
in front
mean,
of an
not
audience.
anytime soon, but
No. Yes, when
we'll see if
when
he's still going strong in a couple of weeks here.
yes, when it all blows over, you would be down for that.
Oh, of course, of course.
And you're sticking by this dude is on the up and up.
I'm working on a remote rig right now, just so that we can go on patrols with him on a nightly basis. You know. Remember when we were young? They used to have that show, Cops. Yeah. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Okay, I'm thinking something like that, but like Shadow Patriot, I mean, I guess we're gonna have to hire a songwriter to come up with a hook or something. Maybe we do like Who Let the Dogs Out, you know? Some catchy jingle, and it's just like it's Shadow Patriot like running after someone, and we're like the camera crew running with him.
We have a number of people that are musicians that listen, so maybe we'll put I'll email him back tonight and just tell him, let's wait till this blows over, bro. We'd love to go on the thing with you. Then we will get somewhere, get an audience out there to ask you some questions. And I don't know. Is the documentary real? I don't know at this point. I don't even know if it's real or not. Does he listen to the show? I have no idea.
Doubt this guy every turn. I just don't understand why you're so. It's not Shadow. First off, the Shadow Patriot isn't real. It was your opening statement. Then this is not him emailing us. And now he doesn't have a documentary. And then, it's just list after list of why you think the Shadow Patriot is not real. Like, what is the deal?
Would you believe Batman's real? Like, no, of course you wouldn't.
Would I believe Batman's real? What does that even mean?
Would you believe the Batman if he was a real individual?
If the Batman was real, would I believe he's real? That's your question. Then yes, I would believe Batman was real if Batman was real.
But you've never seen the guy before.
If they reported him in the news?
You believe everything the news reports? There's no way that's true.
I mean, if Batman was out apprehending criminals and they kept reporting on it, of course I would believe the Batman was real. Tell me what news story is fake? Give me a fake news story generated by the news.
Pizzagate.
That was not the news. That was Q. That was QAnon.
Okay, what if only
4chan.
conservative? Okay, what if only conservative websites were reporting Batman? You wouldn't.
Why? Why would only conservative? That doesn't even make any sense.
Have you seen The Watchmen before?
The movie, the made-up piece of fiction,
the graphic novel.
The fiction,
have you read it?
The work of fiction.
Yes,
I've read the fiction work of Watchmen,
Rorschach,
and I looked at it too.
Rorschach sent his diaries to a right-wing.
Dude, that is it is fiction. You realize that it's not reality, right?
Have you met the Shadow Patriot? You ever met this man?
No.
Okay, so he could be fake.
You still you're having email chains with this guy, and
this could be you.
You're still like convincing yourself that he's fake. Like, if you really believe that, why have an email chain with him? I don't get it.
Look, John's not here tonight. He was sleeping. We called him right before the show started. Me and John partially still believe those emails could be coming from you. That's all I'm saying.
I might not have better things to do with my time, but that is one thing that I would not do is pretend to be the Shadow Patriot.
All right. Well, I am looking forward to meeting him. Obviously, I believe he's real, but I'm just curious to see what he's about, I don't know. The documentary thing being pulled at the last minute, it's just kind of weird, but maybe I'm not in Hollywood or film or production so maybe these things happen all the time. I don't know, man. Okay. I would love to hang out with him for one night. I mean, that would be cool.
Okay.
So,
well, you're there.
So we got Masked Singer, the Shadow Patriot. I feel like I had something else to talk about, but I don't know. So I got into a little Twitter thing today, as I always. When I'm quarantined, I'm definitely going to get on Twitter and probably, just throw things out there. So in lieu of this coronavirus situation, COVID-19, I'm going to start calling it that, the local radio shows have all gone to broadcasting like this from separate locations. And you know how much I love 3HL, that radio show. I love it so much. Not. I don't want anyone listening for the first time.
Like, why are you attacking a radio show?
Because it's terrible, number one. But so they're doing it from, hold on, I'll tell you a story. So they're broadcasting from their homes on Skype, dude, and it sounds like straight trash, man. It sounds there's a for what was the name called Speaker Box or something where it would let people record podcast on their phones, and it sounded like okay, it sounds almost like that. Anyway, I tweeted out, I thought this show couldn't get any worse, and here we are. So I'm sitting at my house. Hours later, my brother-in-law calls me. He's like, ring. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, have you listened to 3HL lately? I go, actually, I did earlier when I ran to the grocery store and picked something up. He goes, this is the worst it's ever been. I was like, see, two separate people not talking to each other, same conclusion. It's bad.
So let me get this right. A whole study group of two people who share very identical lives formed the same opinion about 3HL, and now it must be the gospel.
But anyway, I get on there. I'm coming to, so I'm like, this show's terrible, and then people are just on there going, "Oh, your mother must not love you," and I'm like, do you think like that bothers anyone in life? Like, am I sitting there crying on the floor once I read that tweet? I went, oh no, she does, and that dude was gone. So, anyways, this one guy's on there, and he's just, blah, blah, blah. And I look on his timeline, and there's a Ben Shapiro retweet, like the top of his page. I went, well, there we go for that guy right there. He's in the Red Hat squad. And basically, he may listen to this, but he goes, me and you, I was like, we got nothing to talk about, dude. We have nothing in common. And he's like, no, now I want to talk. I went, you go listen to my podcast, Blame Your Brother, and then we'll talk. And he's like, I'm going to go listen tomorrow. So we got one new listener. There we go. That's what I do, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't you understand? Hate brings more people than love, unfortunately, on social media. You know that.
I mean, I cannot say no because I've seen it at work. It's just a weird foreign concept to me. Why is it? I don't even know if it's social media. It seems like it's just mainly Twitter.
Because if you're reading social media or even at a bar or something and someone agrees with all your opinions, you're like, cool, dude, cool story. Like, you really have nothing to add to it. But when someone disagrees with you to like such a degree, you're like, no, I've got to go over there now and argue about it because that's just in our nature. Like,
but it's like there's no winners. Like when two people argue on Twitter, everyone is just degraded. It's silly. It's silly.
Sometimes there's winners. I mean, I feel like I am very good at it, so I feel I win.
You're a little biased. You're a little biased.
I got this dude to listen to our podcast. I think I won, bro. I mean, are you kidding me? What's another outcome to that one? I mean,
you put a little spin on everything you say or do. I will say that because I read the thread. It didn't look as happy as you're making it out to be.
I never said it was happy. I mean, dude. So are you gonna defend Mr. Ben Shapiro? You gonna defend that?
What did Ben Shapiro do? I don't.
You know who he is?
It's someone famous. I've heard the name.
He's kind of conservative, right winger guy.
Was he like a Fox News host or something?
And he's kind of like Breitbart.
You don't even know.
No, he's Breitbart type dude. He's kind of independent of himself.
I'm not going to defend Ben Shapiro, no, but I'm also not going to go on Twitter and attack people over it.
I think they need to be attacked. I'm coming around to this. Like, have you seen all these people in Florida, like, that are, like, these – there was a video that went out today, and all these people are on spring break, and they're just like, I don't give a damn, dude. I've been saving up for, like, a long time, bro, and Corona be damned, dude. I don't care.
And by a long time, they said 2 months.
I'm like, dude.
Maybe 3 months.
Right. But like this is the mentality of the red hat wearing society where they think, and they get like people like Clay Travis and Dr. Drew are starting to like, kind of support what they say. But even now those guys are starting to have to go, wait a minute. This is getting worse than we thought it was.
I mean, first off, I don't think we need to make it political based. I think that's part of the problem that we're having in America is everything's boiled down to your political opinion. So we need to stop saying that these is a red hat army because it's like, no, these are just people that are ignorant, and by ignorance, I don't mean that as a negative per se. I just mean they're truly not aware of the situation. So, and maybe some of that can be blamed on the leaders of our country and how they respond to it, certainly. But they're mainly ignorant and they don't know. And like really, the most dangerous situation I think that we have to worry about with this, and I'm no expert, but is the overloading of our healthcare infrastructure. I think that's when the danger truly kicks in for this, right?
That's what I told my brother-in-law today on the phone. That's what I told Corey. Yeah, I said the fear. That's what I actually said. I said the fear is all the healthcare people get sick, and then we're screwed.
Well,
But
not
I
even
want
that
to come
the
back
health,
to this point.
but my point is like these people don't understand that while it might not affect them severely, that it could potentially their actions and spreading around to other people will eventually lead to the healthcare collapse, which is the danger red zone.
But they don't care. They told you we don't care. We don't give a damn. And we got to come back to this point. You cannot normalize these people anymore. These Trump supporters. We got to stop normalizing them. They're idiots, okay? And you can say they're ignorant or they're dumb or they're stupid. It doesn't matter what they are. They are those things. They are bad. This is a man who today on Twitter, they showed that while giving his speech that's typed out, he took a marker and marked out Corona and put China every time it said coronavirus,
Yeah,
where he could
it's
say China
super
virus.
racist.
Okay, it's very racist. And then the right wingers on Twitter who happen to pop up in my feed, and that's when I've been unfollowing a lot of people. They're like, "Oh, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? It's just words. There's nothing wrong with it." And they put, "Oh, he's waving to somebody. Oh, he's waving to the Trumpites. They're out." So, anyways, he's marching out China things on speeches. He's being bored. The thing is, he knows what he's doing because and even when a reporter calls him out, he just kind of sidesteps it and is like, well, blah, 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 blah. The only thing, I don't know, it's bothersome, man. It's bothersome this guy's in charge and these people feel empowered that he's in charge because he backs up all their beliefs. I don't know. It is political. It is, whether it wants to be or not. If someone doesn't think the virus is bad, they're a right winger. Guarantee it. Pretty much confirmed on that. So,
Well, here in Tennessee, we have this person named Marsha Blackburn. I don't know if you saw her tweet where she started out talking about Tiananmen Square tanks and the SARS virus, and now they're calling it the Chinese virus, but she's basically saying all of the world's problems are because of China.
yeah.
I mean, that's
No.
and this
yeah.
is a leader that people have elected. So, I mean, if these your point is that these people can't help themselves, right? That we
Yeah.
need to help them and enforce the rule, right? So these
Yeah.
people are allowed to vote, and they're putting people like these in office. So who are we? Maybe we are the ignorant ones.
Could be.
Hold on a
Well,
second.
Well, I called Marsha Blackburn's office today, and Lee is if you're listening on the audio version only, he is right now in a heated conversation with someone off camera. I'm imagining it is his wife. I don't know, but anyway, I called Marsha Blackburn's office today. I bet you didn't know that, and I recorded it, but I got a voicemail. I wanted to know, and I was going to ask her why she voted against coronavirus relief bill, which would give time off to workers who couldn't afford it, affected by this, and she voted no against it. Of course, I got a voicemail. I left my name and number. I'll never get called back. She's literally our state representative, so she should at least answer to me. She's terrible.
She ain't gonna answer to you.
I am one of her people
The only
that she represents.
person she's gonna listen to lobbyists with large amounts of money, and that's pretty much it. Okay, she's on the take, man. 100%.
She don't know who I am. I might have big.
we all know who you are.
So yeah, that's it's frustrating. I don't know, man. It's just this is gonna be going on for a while, and I think people need to get adjusted to it, and just you got to go with it, But it just how fragile is society where something like this disrupts everything, like every well, not every major country, I guess. I don't know if every major country, but like this major country.
Well, I mean, that's one way to look at it. And you can also look at it another way and say, how fortunate are we that we live in a society where we can shut down? Like, I mean, we don't know how bad it's going to get or how good it's going to get, but other societies might not even have a choice, where the Black Plague just comes through and kills everyone because they don't have a choice. They don't even have the technology. Like already, you saw this race to get out test kits, and like it went from like 5-day result to 3-day result to 2-hour testing to 1-hour testing. And I know there's some discrepancy in those testing and what they test for, but it's still amazing that we have a technological base in place that can look at a microscope and see how this works and develop not only tests, but they're already saying that they are working on a vaccine. They're pretty close, is my understanding. I don't know if that's true or not, but the fact that we're even in a society capable of mass producing a vaccine and disseminating it to a population is pretty powerful, right?
Yeah, no, it's they say they have it. I guess they gotta do a lot more stuff with it, but yeah.
Well, they have to like clinical trials, and they got to make sure that it doesn't do long-term damage, and
we're ways out from it, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, nobody knows, right? But it's still like imagine this happening like the 1918. The amount of technology and medicine and science that's increased, the communication. Imagine if we didn't have things like Twitter or social media or the internet to not only inform us but entertain us.
Would it be? I mean, would it be? You wonder about that. Would it be worse or better or what? I don't know.
I think it would be worse. Because
Maybe.
how would you even know? How would you even know, like, when the newspaper is your only source of information, right? Like, are you going to sit there and wait for the newspaper to come every day? That's
I guess
compared to what we have now, that's insanity.
Well, the local news would still.
When was the TV invented?
I mean, the 40s, 50s.
Okay, so 1918, there was no TV.
Oh, 18. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I thought you meant if we didn't have like the internet today. So, whatever.
That's what other positives are going to come out of the coronavirus? Maybe from an American standpoint, we'll wake up a little bit. The working class middleman will see that maybe these people we've put into office don't have our best interest at heart.
No, it won't happen.
Because, I mean, that's the thing. I don't even want to talk about the negatives of it anymore because I think we hear about the negatives every day. It's the first thing. A lot of people, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to wake up and look for negatives, right?
Yeah. Well, positive. I got a full tank of gas in my car, baby. And it's been that way for like 2 weeks now. So I'm living a good life. But no, they do say emission. They do say, I guess in China, that the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, whatever it is, it's a carbon emissions essentially
are way down. Well, in Italy, the canals are clear for the first time in forever. There's
crazy.
There's like dolphins swimming around in the canals.
Maybe we're not supposed to be here. Is that what there's not supposed to be this many people here. Maybe that could be
I've heard that on Twitter where someone was like, the humankind is the virus and the coronavirus is the vaccine against us.
That would be hardcore if you actually believe that. That would be like, why don't you kill yourself, bro? I mean, if you honestly believe that, but I don't know. But I've been watching a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows. I've started watching The Leftovers this week, and that is a show where one day 2% of the population disappears, like just disappears,
just
like
2%.
2%, and you would think, oh, that's a lot of people, And so, like, what happens in the first episode? This lady's, she's doing her laundry. She's got her baby with her, and she gets in her car, and the baby's crying and crying and crying, and then he stops crying, and she looks back, and he's gone. It's kind of like Avengers when Thanos snapped his hands, but not, that was more 50%. But same things were happening. Cars were crashing because the driver disappeared, and so they're trying to figure out. I'm just starting it, but they're trying to figure out, like, obviously a lot of people are saying it's the rapture and it's religious, and scientists have no answers. So it's a very interesting show to watch, especially with everything going on right now. It's kind of got a weird feel. I think it's Damon Lindelof did it, I believe. He did Lost and The Watchmen, I believe. I may be totally wrong on that, but so I'm watching a lot of movies. So that's what I tell people. If you like movies, now's your time. Now's your time to shine, man. Like, you can break out The Wire. If you haven't ever watched The Wire, check that out. Check out all the great shows. Here's your chance.
So I heard that Hollywood was planning on releasing some movies straight to consumer television, bypassing
Yeah.
the theaters altogether. What do you think of that idea?
I love it. I wish they'd been doing it forever. Trolls 2 is coming out this Friday, so the family is going to be watching that. And there's some other ones
Trolls
coming out as
2?
well. It's a good idea. I mean, they're losing money either way it goes, but a lot of the bigger films they're holding, like
How
Black
much
Widow.
would you pay for an in-home movie?
Well, they're charging you
Like a
$19.99.
Like Black Widow.
$19.99.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
I'd
how much
pay-
they charge when it comes straight to video anyway.
Well, no, if you wait just 2 weeks, it's like $4.99 to rent.
Right. But how
So-
much would you pay for a premiere exclusive?
$20.
$20?
I'm not paying much more than that. That's
But
ridiculous.
you're going to pay more than that if you go to a movie theater.
True, but if I go by myself, no, I will be paying less than that.
Well, you're not going to go to you personally, you're not going to go to the movie theater by yourself.
I went and saw, just lately, I've seen The Joker by myself. I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by myself. So, yeah, when I worked midnights, I would go see movies all the time
You don't
by
work
myself.
midnights anymore.
Well, I still, like Joker, I told my wife, I was like, I'm going to go see The Joker. Peace. I
Peace.
loved it. I loved it, man. It was great. So some of the movies I've seen lately, I'll just run down the list and I'll tell you whether I think you should check them out or pass on them. So I saw Bombshell. Do you know what Bombshell's about? It's about the Fox, Roger Ailes harassing all the women. Charlize Theron plays Megyn Kelly and looks just like Megyn Kelly. Pretty good movie. I highly recommend Uncut Gems.
Wait,
starring
you
Adam
didn't
Sandler.
say whether you
Yeah,
endorsed
check it out.
Bombshell.
It's all right. Yeah, I liked it. It's all right.
Give
I'd
us like
it
a
on
rating so we know.
Okay, 1 to 5, I give it 3.5. Okay. Uncut Gems starring Adam Sandler, one of the best movies of the year. He is not, this is no comedy. This is pure drama. He plays like basically a gambling dude. It just, I don't even want to explain too much. He's a guy that lives on the edge. He's like a diamond jewel dealer, and he's always gambling and he's not good at it. Hardcore movie. 4.5 out of 5 for Uncut Gems. Very good movie. 1917. If you don't know that one, it was supposed to win Best Picture and somehow it didn't. Parasite won instead. It's directed by Sam Mendes about two guys in World War I who have to get a message across to their battalion. Very good movie. I give it a 4 out of 5. And then I did see Jojo Rabbit, which is a really good movie. I give that like a 4 out of 5. It's starring a young kid who, after World War II, is part of the Hitler Youth Brigade, and his imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler. And we'll just leave it at that. It's very funny. There's some very funny moments in it.
And what
I was
did you
just
give that one?
Oh, Jojo Rabbit, like 4.5 is good. Those are some of the best picture movies. Of course, they're all going to be good. My wife made me watch a movie called Brittany Runs a Marathon. It's on Hulu. Not so good. It's kind of weird. I would probably a 2 out of 5. So, and Knives Out, I saw that about 3 out of 5. So there's a lot of movies out there, stuff to do if you want to do that. So that's all I got, man.
That's it.
I mean, it's not a.
What
not a
are
whole
you
lot
are you
else.
getting all this on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime Video? I don't even know. Disney Plus.
I've got them
That's
all.
all I watch anymore is Disney Plus.
I rent a lot of them on Google if they have it. If not, I will pirate a movie every once in a while. It's getting harder and harder to do that. But John gave me an app where I can do it, but the app works half the time. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm probably on some list because it's a stupid app I downloaded anyway. It's probably not good. But
So you recommend people pirating movies? You
yes,
just
if
admitted
they're-
to pirating movies.
if they're not available for rent, then what are you supposed to do if you want to see the movie? Like, I can't go see Uncut Gems at the movie theater. Make it where I can rent it. I'm not renting it for $20. Not if it's been out for 5 months, dude. I mean, come on, man. Like, yeah, if it was opening night, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I would have paid like $40 to see that at my house opening night. I was excited about that movie, and it paid off. It's the best movie of the last year. But anyway, like, come on, just make the movies available where we can watch them. Yes, my family of 4 will gladly pay $20 to watch Trolls 2. You know, no problem with
I
that.
agree. It's just pure greed that there should be like a single streaming platform that people put all their rights on. I don't understand the exclusivity and you got to have this service and this service. It's just people milking people for more money, right? I mean, I want the artists to get paid. I want the industry to get paid for what they do, but you have to make it more convenient. right?
I would agree with you.
But anyway.
What do I know though?
So mainly just Google. You don't, because that's the problem I always had with Netflix. It's just like you're looking for something to watch, and there's nothing on there.
No, not really. I did watch 2 stand-up specials on Netflix. I watched Mark Maron, his new one, which was pretty good. You know, if you like Mark Maron. And then I watched, God, this is girl. I never heard of her before, but I kept seeing like her ads on Facebook. You know, sometimes Facebook does give you some content. You're like, I never heard this before. Oh, I can't.
It would
think of her
require
name
you to
now.
be on Facebook, which already is questionable.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, I go on there just to see people that I know and what their lives are like. And every once in a while, you know, they'll get it right. They'll be like, yeah, man, here's some content on Netflix you might like. I'm like, all right, that's cool, man. You know, the personalized. I will buy stuff on Instagram or think about it. I bought a shirt on Instagram last night. I just, because it was there and it was like $5. I was like, why not? Let me buy this shirt of this company I've never heard of before. I mean, so that's
a $5 shirt.
Yeah, it was like Arm the Animals, and it's a t-shirt company, and they work with like animal shelters, like rescue dogs and things like that. And I like the logo design. I was like, cool, maybe we should arm deers in the woods with shotguns to
so
fight off
is
hunters.
$5 seems ridiculously cheap for a t-shirt, especially if you're trying to make it a charity cause. I feel like a normal t-shirt's going to be like $20, $25 online.
Well, that's why I bought it. That's what I'm saying. They knew. They must have looked at my
where are you getting $5 shirts from? I'm sure we'd all like to know this.
Arm the Animals.
But I'm just saying, where are they getting them?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, the female comedian is named Taylor Tomlinson. Her new special is called Quarter Life Crisis. Go check it out. It's very funny. It's good stuff. Taylor Tomlinson, if you need something to watch. So I've given you plenty of options to watch. So really
the 2 things we're looking forward to is the last season of Silicon Valley. We haven't watched that yet. We have a rule at our house. We're only allowed to watch happy things. So Westworld, the new season of Westworld will come out, but we're not going to watch that right now, just because of the content is a little too stressful given the current times. But
that show got whacked in season
real
2,
quick.
It's
I think
not
season
good.
3 is going to be worse. But Silicon Valley, we're also Arrested Development.
Yeah,
Larry David. Yeah, so.
All right, we got a breaking news here. I just got a tweet. I got a tweet as we're recording this from Brent Doherty. I'm not making this up, bro. So Brent is the co-host of 3HL, who I just crapped on earlier in the program. This is his tweet. I'd say on a scale 1 to 5, how much do you believe this? By the way, I've listened to the podcast. I appreciate the grind. It's creative. Keep rolling. Odds he's listening to this podcast.
I mean, why does it matter?
I mean, we've dissed him on the show. I've made entire
you
clips.
have dissed him.
Yes, I said me. I have. Because you lack the balls to do it.
I don't have any problem with Brent.
You don't even
I don't
know
have any
the man.
problem with 3HL. It is what it is. I mean, it's 3 dudes sitting around talking sports on the radio. What are you expecting going into that exactly?
Just better things.
Like what? Like you, just 3 Davids, 3
No,
Deep Brews.
I would not be very good at a sports show. I mean, I would be good with 2 other good people around me. I would need like a straight dude with all the stats. I'd be the color guy. You know, I'd be perfect for that. Like just running down. I'd be like a Paul Kaharski. You know, that would be my role. That's why I love Paul Kaharski, because he's like a version of me. I respect Paul Kaharski. Could walk up and go, you could crap on my podcast all day long, and I'd appreciate it because I know it was authentic coming from you. I don't believe a lot of these dudes are authentic about their opinions. That's what bothers me.
Okay, well, what's the one dude you really hate from Texas that puts you to sleep? Blaine, what's his name?
John McClane.
John McClane. I don't like saying that you hate John McClane is so weird, because he used to be such a knowledgeable, interesting interview for when I used to listen to sports talk radio.
He is the most dullard person on the radio I've ever heard in my life.
He has so much knowledge, though. It doesn't matter how boring he is. He has like all the inside industry knowledge. That's what people want. They don't want someone arguing and roasting people. Or maybe they do. I don't know.
You know, it's entertainment, baby. Like Dusty Rhodes, it's entertainment, baby. I mean, come on. Like, yeah, go write a book if you're full of all this information.
I'm sure. I think he has, but
the goal of radio is to entertain. That's why Stephen A. Smith is like the best at it today, because he constantly entertains. I want to listen to
Smith.
I love him. I want to listen to him.
Is literally the worst.
No, he's literally the best.
Oh, we live two different lives.
You listen to him. That's what sports talk should be.
No, I disagree.
Well, you're wrong.
That's what you want to hear.
No, that's what millions and millions of people want to hear.
That's what a wrestling fan wants to hear, because it's taking the sports out of it at that point. Dude, it's not even about sports at that time.
But you're wrong.
Like, are you watching a sport because you're legitimately interested in the sports and want to know the intimate details, the backstories of the players, the strategy? No. The majority of people who listen to sports talk radio just want the drama. They just want the drama. People need to cut drama out of their life.
I don't need their opinion. I want to be entertained. I know what I like. I don't need you to sit there and pat me on the back and go, that guy had a real good game. Blah, 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 blah. No, no shit, dude. I know that already. Entertain me. So,
all right.
But entertain me, at least have a point. So, anyways, Brent listens to the podcast. He endorsed it. So there you go. If you're listening, go check us out. All right, man. Well, I've got nothing else really. Do you have anything else?
I mean, it's just business as usual here, I guess, you know. What do you have?
Do you have any spare toilet paper if we run out?
Do I have any spare I don't know if I should announce that. You know what I'm saying?
No one knows where you're at, bro. You're in a freaking underground.
Why can't you just go to the store? It would be much closer for you just to go to the store and buy some.
I can't. They're out.
They'll have some.
They're
just
out.
Gotta go around.
I wake up at 6 a.m. and that's my goal. I feel like I'm in Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome the way you're describing. Come on, man. Do you have any?
Yeah, listen. I have always made it a point to stock paper goods, I was hoarding paper goods before. I didn't have to go to the store and hoard toilet paper. I was already well prepared. Okay, I've been at a point in my life where I didn't have toilet paper, and it really changes you as a person. That's what people don't understand. That's why I don't hate hoarders for hoarding toilet paper, because I kind of understand the position they're coming from.
You're the Alex Jones of the left. That's why we say that. Because that's his whole thing.
No, I was hoarding before it was cool. Okay, but just toilet paper, You know
about that. Well, anyway, all right. Well, if you need toilet paper,
I will say this: a couple of things I saw is there's a Reddit post where a user outlines a recipe for making baby wipes. Okay, so you can go look that up.
I'd rather not.
Make your own baby wipes at home.
You can't flush those, though. What are people doing with those?
I think they're flushing them.
Flushable?
I think they're flushing them.
There's flushable, and then there is just baby wipes. I think there's two different things there. I don't know.
Why you need to flush it, though?
What are you going to do? Put it in the trash?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting, bro.
I mean, you can take the trash out when you're done. Get you a little Walmart bag, you know? Get you a little shopping bag, just a little disposable bag. Go straight to the trash can with it.
That's disgusting.
Well, you have wait. You have small kids, don't you? Have a diaper pail or something?
Yeah, I could.
What's in the diaper pail?
I guess I don't know about that. All right, so it looks like we're doing it this way for a while. This Zoom seems to work pretty good, though. It's a lot better than what we did the other night, I believe. I don't know. I haven't listened back yet, but
I think so.
So we just got to get John on here now.
Yep.
Someone said it sounded like he was on 2G in the chat.
The old 8 pixels. He probably had his flip phone up, you know?
All right. Well, I'm hopefully going to be talking to Half Pint tomorrow for a bonus episode.
Okay.
I'm sure he's got a lot of interesting things.
So can you just tell the Shadow Patriot that you're a victim of the corona phoniness or whatever he calls it, and just do you and him just a one-on-one over Skype as a bonus episode?
I'll set that up.
You don't have to do the hard hitting. Just be like, look, I don't think you're real. You know, come on, maybe just 10, 15 minutes. Talk about what you're going to talk about type situation.
Okay. I'll try to set something up. And I'm hopefully we'll have some bonus because everybody's stuck inside. So I'm trying to put out some bonus content here and there. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, I guess people need to go on the website, blameyourbro.com, check it out. All the stuff's there, social media links, all the past episodes, all of our articles by our friend Adam Cox out of the UK. Seems to be doing okay. And if I wondered, should I start like a GoFundMe for a new MacBook Pro, or that'd be kind of like no right now. A MacBook Pro died today. I don't know if I said that to you or on the show, but it was a sad day today for me. That was a beautiful computer. It's a thing of beauty. It's dead. So
There's a million more just like it out there waiting.
I need that tax money. Okay. So, anyways, go check us out. Go tell your friends about it. Tell your enemies on Twitter about us. Get everybody going this way. And this show endorsed by Brent Doherty of 3HL. We read it in real time. So, I guess with all that being said, Lee, is there anything else?
Don't blame yourself when you can blame your brother.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.